This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We're still at day one at CloudEXPO New York, Javits Center, June 2017, and we are joined right now by Sabo, Taylor Diab with Loom Systems. And we want to talk about monitoring and AI. AI is a big thing. It's really exploding here, and maybe even digital transformation, everything it touches. Thank you, welcome. Why are you here and what do you want to talk about?
So, Roger, thank you for having us here. And the thing with digital transformation and the thing with cloud environments are getting much more complex. Yes. And people are in need for these environments just to work. Like in any business, in anything that we do through the cloud and through those environments that they need to function on a daily basis.
Well, you know, years ago, when we have been doing this show forever, but in 2009 we renamed it. We used to have a focus on web services, and we just renamed it to CloudEXPO. And we promised everyone that things would be simple. But at the same time, data has grown in the last 8 years by a factor of probably 8 or 10 or some big number, and things are not going to get more simple.
No, it's getting more complex, and the thing is not only data, but the complexity and
right.
The things that you need to see and correlate between other ecosystems are getting like more challenging nowadays. Now,
so what is Loom? Yeah, how do you bring in that? How do you address that?
So the approach of Loom on monitoring at all is changing from being reactive to start to being proactive. And the thing is that you can't really have a proactive approach with traditional monitoring systems because you need a set of resources and humans, professionals, just to start looking at each dashboard and ask the questions and know what is happening in real time.
So there's hope in the world, because I keep hearing, I was on a panel earlier, everyone talking about the machines making all the decisions. At some point there has to be human thinking or intervention or monitoring or some word, administration.
Of course, like people are good in some of the tasks and machines are good on repetitive and consistently doing the process that they need to do. And this is what we're doing. This is what Loom does. It takes out of all of the burden from human capabilities and just keep them on the reasoning and doing the stuff that they're good at. So Loom is applying artificial intelligence and machine learning into the entire log analysis process from start to end. And that at the end you will get a human touch to tell you, the tool will tell you what is the problem and how to fix it.
When you approach customers, do they know that they need you, or do they think they need something?
Everyone, when we start talking to customers, everyone just smiles when we tell him what we do, because everyone is having the same challenges. They're putting too much time on preparing the data where you don't need to do it with Loom. They need a lot of IT professionals to understand what's going on into the environment. And at the end, they spend so much time on how to solve the problem. And this is exactly what Loom is changing. You get it reserved, it gets any type of data, and it gives you at the end the best insight on how to solve issues.
Yeah, you mentioned it's not just data, so I kind of see three issues: the sheer amount of data, the different types of data that are coming in that they may not have encountered before, sort of sometimes having to integrate that, but then also, I think as you mentioned, the actual systems that they're running on.
Do you know how much time data scientists and analysts just spend on preparing the data and understanding what each section does? 82%. This is a huge. You can't really work like this in such a complex environment. And then you have to correlate between all of the events, and it takes a lot of time. So you end up just dealing with the critical issues because you don't have time for any other issue.
They didn't pursue their academic degrees in their career to do that.
No, totally not. They're having a hard time on receiving the value from the monitoring systems, and this is what we're trying to give the DevOps and IT professionals to do that.
Now, how do people contact you? Where do they find you online?
They can find us at loomsystems.com, and in the social media, we're out there. Just check us out, Loom Systems.
Couldn't be easier than that. They've imbued AI into their social media strategy. That's my guess. Get smarter every day, and you should too. You know that you have these problems. This is what he's outlining, problems that are known, that you have, complexities of which you may be unaware of the full horror of it, and this is why we have companies like this to address that. Make it easy for you and let them do all the hard work, and their software and the systems they're developing do it for you. Thank you much for joining us. Thank you for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.